welcome back here to Midday, Kentucky. We're joined now by Dr. James StillWell, licensed pastoral counselor. We love having you on the show, Dr. Stillwell.
It feels like it's been a while, my friend.
Well, he was here last
It's
week.
because you're not always in the middle.
Well, we wanted to include you today. Well, Dr. Stillwell, you wanted to talk about kind of a serious topic you brought up for us today, and this is helping someone that you care about deal with depression. And what I find interesting is you want to talk specifically about helping men deal with depression, and there are some reasons that men may have a harder time accepting or dealing with depression, right?
Yeah, and our culture is such a macho culture in so many ways that there's a stigma attached to depression. You're not man enough, you know, you just need to man up or whatever those phrases are.
I hate those phrases.
I know, they're terrible. And so it keeps people from getting help. It keeps men from even recognizing what they have. A lot of times women's depression will show up as sadness. Men's depression may show up as anger.
I was going to say violent anger. But I find it interesting that you were talking about people say man up. Do you think it's men that tell other men to man up, as in father, brother, uncle? Or do you think it's the woman in your life saying, will you just man up and go and do the groceries?
No, I think more often women are compassionate, men are not. And so we project our own insecurities onto other men.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So how can you help someone that you may think is dealing with depression, or I guess,
what are the signs?
What are the signs to know if someone, is clinically depressed and might need some help, and how do you approach that topic with them?
Well, the signs for anybody eventually are hopelessness and things like that. Crying a lot, but sometimes men won't cry in front of other people.
Oh, I can cry at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, me too.
But sometimes, I guess the reason I wanted to bring this up is because men sometimes show it as anger and show it as disrupted relationships at work or at home, can't get along with my wife, can't get along with my coworkers, and maybe there's something else going on.
What triggers? I want to know, let me take that question back for a moment, because a lot of people throw around the word, I'm so depressed. Well, you're not really depressed. Do you know what I mean? That word gets used so much. So how do you know if Katie could be Ken, my co-anchor, and she says, and he says every day, I'm so depressed.
Yeah.
Well, are you? Or what is a sign of depression? You were saying crying and can't get on with co-workers. But how do you determine the difference?
And you might need a professional to do that. And so it is hopelessness.
Yeah.
It's kind of the thing. And that's why the extreme amount of this is suicide. Suicide, homicide, those kind of things when you feel like there is no hope. So a counselor can say, okay, we're going to focus on what are the issues. We're going to work on this issue. We're going to work on this issue. That gives the client hope.
Yeah.
To know we're going to work on the things that are causing you to feel down.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Stillwell, I agree with what you're saying. It's so important to seek out that professional help, but what can be really tough is approaching the person that you think may need help.
That's
do you have any
thing.
tips for, hinting or trying to get them professional help?
And so you may remember the show, The Tool Time, with the guy talking over the fence to his neighbor.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Everybody has probably somebody in their life that they're willing to talk to. So find out who that person is in your man's life and give them a heads up and say, hey, can you check in with my husband, friend, whatever, and just say, how are things going? I've kind of noticed you were looking a little down, got a little stress going on, and be willing to get as specific as you need to be. Because if they're talking suicidal thoughts, then they need to get into a hospital or to a doctor or to a counselor ASAP.
Yeah, and I think it's something really important, everyone, that, don't belittle your man or your brother or your father or your uncle or your friend, your buddy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you see that this is happening, reach out. There's not just this phone number up on the screen now for Dr. James Stillwell. There it is there. If there are other numbers, we'll also put that up on our website and Facebook as well. We appreciate you coming in. If you want to find out more information about Dr. James Stillwell, there it all is there, people. He's a great person to get great advice from. Keeps us under the thumb, don't you, my friend?
Thanks. Glad to do it.
Right.
Do you like how they all laughed at me?
Oh, that was terrible.
Thank you.
Oh, stop.
You were laughing as well, my friend.
Yeah, I heard you laughing over there.
Hey, up next, everyone, Rachel Hamilton from Skin Secrets joins us to discuss protecting your skin from the harmful rays outside. Stick with us, everyone. You're watching Midday Kentucky.